Hello, blessed soul family. I am the magical medium. Welcome to this beautiful spiritual guidance channel. I'm jumping right in on this picker reading because spirit is like coming through hardcore, super strong. And I'm just going to tell you that this is a new moon in Virgo reading. This is for this new moon cycle. In real time, today is August 28th, 2022. I feel like those numbers mean something to you guys, or maybe it's a birthday. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to our Virgos. Happy birthday, Jessica. Um, and feel free to tell me if it's your birthday and say, I'm a Virgo too. We'll give you a little shout out. There's a lot coming down the pipeline. I don't want to say too much right now because I really want to jump into this reading. Let me see. Hold on. Let me ask Spirit. Okay, so there's something that Spirit and I are working on, and I just wasn't sure how many details they wanted me to give you. So stay tuned, subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. A lot of cool things are going to be happening this fall. So, in this new moon hermit energy in the tarot, Virgo is the hermit card. And for those of you, for my tarot people, you feel free to give any information below or provide any information below of your experience with the Hermit card or with the Virgo energy. But it's Earth, it's in the element of Earth. And I love the Earth energies because they give us that time to go and let go. In the Northern Hemisphere, the new moon in Virgo is at the very last cycle, the last moon cycle of summer. And for those of you in our beautiful tribe that are in the southern hemisphere. Ooh, what? The breeze just flew through my house, and that was really powerful. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. Maybe that's the bonus, because right now I have reading 1, reading 2, reading 3, and that's reading 4, but maybe it'll be a bonus. I don't know. Maybe you were drawn to it. Maybe they wanted you to see it from that perspective. I'm not really sure. But yes, for our down under people, it is the end of winter. And anytime we're about to transition from one energy to another, especially the seasons, it can be a head fuck. It can really mess with us. And those of you who are the sensitives of our tribe, you understand that you feel it. You really feel it. And Spirit wants you to feel it. And this new moon in Virgo energy, this Virgo moon, through this Virgo moon cycle, they want you to really release and let go of certain energies, entities, people, objects, attachment. I mean, let me tell you something. I just acquired this by the gift of spirit for real. It's called Living by the Moon. It is my new favorite deck. If you have a Marshalls by you, go to Marshalls and see if you can find it, because that's where I found it. It was like $6 or $7. But healing mantras inspired by the magic of the moon. These, honestly, this is like one of the coolest decks I've ever bought. And I mean, my husband and I were working with it this morning. I'm like, this is just a really magical deck. I'm like, I cannot wait to do this reading. But what I got from, Spirit was that, these hands, there's a reason why after I've seen, I haven't looked at all of them yet because I like to be surprised too. But some of these I've seen, and I just think it's interesting, the ones that have two hands, or a hand, and then there's one with no hand. So it's like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? So whichever one you're drawn to, this is going to be your mantra for this Virgo moon cycle. Okay. And maybe you want all 4 mantras. Maybe you need all 4 mantras. I don't know. But this is our new moon mantra for Virgo. But I was just getting this heavy energy from Spirit to slow down, to go inward. And especially for our Southern Hemisphere family, coming out of winter is so fucking tough. Coming out of summer is tough too, but at least if you're like myself, where I live in an part of the world where it's cold pretty much 8 months out of the year, summer's very exciting and you love it. So you're just like in it, you want to play in it, you want to be in it, you want to be around it. And it's like, but by the end, you're just like, oh yeah, that's too much. It's overwhelming. So summer can be beautiful or it could be a kick in the pants. It's really just different for everybody. So, some people are like, my one friend and she's like, oh no, man, summer forever. Like I can forever live in summer. I'm like, then go live go live in Hawaii, go live somewhere that's like beautiful in summer and has that summer vibe, because some people really thrive in that. So maybe this is a message for you because now I'm starting to channel. Oh my gosh, Guinevere, talk about an angel from the heavens. I owe a debt of gratitude to this beautiful soul named Guinevere. Also, when I just looked down on my jade, it looked like a heart. Do you guys see that? Hold on, I'm going to come in. Do you see this right here? I just looked down and it looked like a little heart. So work with jade. And also, put your love out there. There's a lot of people that are hurting. If you're somebody that can handle more, if you're in this tribe and you're a spirit warrior, but you're not as sensitive as an empath or whatever, like that doesn't make you less of a warrior, it doesn't make you more if you are sensitive, you know what I mean? It just means that some of us can handle the energies here more than others. We all come from different places. We're all different levels of consciousness. So some people are going to be like, ow, this energy hurts me, one of my favorite cartoons I used to love, I can never remember who it was from, but it was a little girl and she's outside and she's all bundled up and it's winter. You can tell in the cartoon and she's like, the air hurts my face. She's like, and then it's like dot, dot, dot. Why do I live in a place where the air hurts my face? So yeah, I mean, this could be a message to you that it's time to move. It's time to move to a different climate. I didn't know we were channeling, but I guess that we are. So if you're feeling you want to chomp at the bit or you're chomping at the bit and you're like, I just want to go, like, like one of these is calling to you right now, you go for it. You go for it. Those of you who know, those of you who've been walking with me for a while, like I just channel whatever comes out. But for the new people, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you just want to go watch the reading, that's okay too. I don't expect everyone to want to listen to spirit, not everybody wants to hear all the messages at once. And again, it's not a contest. It doesn't make you better or worse because you don't want to listen. We all are coming from different levels of consciousness. So this one has been like screaming to me. So I feel like spirit wants us to talk about this. Do you guys remember, did you ever play that game with the string between your fingers? You know what I'm talking about? The one where you go like this and you pull it through and then you like make like a spider web or something. That's what this reminds me of. So maybe that's a shout out to that. But also, what is this imagery? What do you feel when you see this imagery? Feel free to comment below. You can even pause and go and comment below. My husband and I, honestly, today we're having so much fun, like just with the imagery of these cards. And I'm like, who knew Marshalls? Like, I mean, it was like, I should have known because it's in, I'll put a link below for those of you who are new. There's always look in the description box below for your reading. I do links, not timestamps. So just follow the link. And then also they have me put things like research or whatever. But anyway, I'll put a link below to I think it was called like gratitude, hope, and a reading or something like that. And it was so great. It was talking about my experience this day and when I got these cards, because a fucking bat was flying around the store in the middle of the day and it was huge. It was beautiful. It was black and people were like, holy shit, like all the Halloween stuff was out. It was just a really magical day. So if you're interested, follow that link below and go watch that episode. It's really sweet. It was a lot of great messages from spirit about gratitude and hope and all that. But I don't know. I feel like what I've been feeling with these hands is I keep hearing from spirit, we got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. And they're like, do not concern yourself. Like, they're like, we're emanating energy from you, right? They're like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I seriously, I don't think anyone's ever been to the moon. I think they're faking it. I think the moon is just a really like interesting place. And I think the reason why you can't go to the other side of it, I do think that it's a space station or something. Because, I mean, believe whatever you want to believe. That is just me. Like, are we going there? But I guess we are, Spirit. But if I want you to believe in whatever you believe in, right? But for me personally, like, I know it now. Like, at least for me, I feel all the time how much this is like, you know, we're just like a rock spinning in space, but are we? We just told we're a rock spinning in space. Are we like the Matrix, sitting somewhere and, who knows? You know? My favorite part from the Sure Thing where he's like, I just want to know what's out there. He's like, there must be, other beings out there, maybe in the shape of a pinball machine or a sponge. I don't know. But it's true. It's like, I don't know exactly. All I know is like when I'm channeling like this, I talk to energies and entities I've never seen before. I've never seen in a movie. I've never seen in a book. I don't know what they are. All I know is they're loving and they're kind. And even the ones that are quote unquote kind of look scary are never scary to me. Like, I really have no fear. Like today when I was calling in all the energies and the entities, like I've become like, I'm really getting closer, like with the demons and the darkness. And I'm realizing that they do honor us, and they do honor, that's why they don't bother us, because they're there for a purpose. They're there to instill fear, to have us work through things and issues. The demons, the darkness, they all have a place. The anger, the narcissism, it all has a place. Everything has a place. It's so fucking beautiful. And to me, it's just like, it's so expansive and it's never ending. And I just want to keep expanding with it, and come join me on my magic flying ship, with all of my people. So many celebrities have come to me right after they died, and David Bowie was one of them, and he's like one of my best friends, and we've known each other through many lifetimes. Oh, my whole body's got the chills right now. So shout out to Bowie, woo, 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 and Prince, and I feel like I can go on and on. Freddie Mercury, just a lot of big. Tom Petty. They just came to me, George Michael. I mean, they're like all like coming up. I'm like, hey guys, what's up? But because when I was younger, I lived in Los Angeles, and I was always like really close to like quote unquote making it, or close to famous people, but like in a respect where we worked together, I waited on them, or you know what I mean, or just linked to them somehow through other people. And I've had like really magical moments, and I literally had a moment. This isn't like to be like, oh, look at me. It's like, no, this like really fucking happened. Like, I really genuinely like hung out with Billy Idol backstage at Sammy Hagar's concert and smoked a joint with him and talked to him about his life. And he opened up to me, and he was just like, I don't even know why like I'm telling you all this, or like he's like, I feel like I can really talk to you. And that's when I started to realize, like, I don't know what I am or what, but like I had so many celebrities that would like just talk to me. And it was interesting because, especially in some of the restaurants that I worked in, my boss would encourage it. They're like, oh no, we got your other tables. Don't worry about it. Like, whatever they want to do, like whatever they want, they were like fucking royalty. So it was okay. So yeah, there were times where I'd literally like sit down with a celebrity, and like my boss, like the owner of the restaurant, would bring me wine while I was like sitting with the celebrity. And I'm like, this is like so surreal, but I never understood then what I was supposed to do. And even now, I had this moment with Spirit yesterday where I was like, I'm really excited for Virgo energy, because I feel like it's a time for us to reflect on our lives, like in this lifetime, from the time we can remember until now. The good, the bad, the ugly. In fact, the song that came to me, and I'll put a link below, right before I started this was, I heard Reba McEntire and Kelly Clarkson's duet of Because of You. It's, Kelly's song, and it's based on her father. But I got this vibe from Spirit that all of us are going through some really heavy, dark stuff. And that's why these cards are here to show us like the light and the dark, like whichever one you're called to. Like, I mean, like I said, if it's all of them, then it's all of them. You know what I mean? Like whatever ones you're called to. But I'm just hearing like getting our feet in the earth, working with the earth energy, you know, whether it's the end of summer or the end of winter, just getting in there. And if you don't have something near you, get some organic potting soil. Start planting things, like get really connected to the earth. Find yourself a perfect favorite tree. Find yourself a favorite place where you can go in nature where no one knows about it. Somewhere where you can go that's just yours, an escape, a place for you to go to create, to sit and just listen, to watch, to be an observer, to watch humans. You know, the other day when, and like I spoke about in that video, my husband and I went on, we live kind of like far out in like the woods and on the Olympic Peninsula, and so there's this place called Silverdale that's in the Puget Sound, and it just has like so many stores that we like or that spirit will call us to go to for certain things. Then we just go like once a month. And long story short, I said on the way home, I'm like, I'm sorry, I really do try to make it short, but almost every store I go into, I'm like doing spirit work, I'm talking to people, a fucking bat comes flying in where I'm having experiences with people about bat and the bat spirit medicine. Like, and I realize I'm really a fucking oracle. Like, this is my job. Like, this is what I'm meant to do. And I said, is that annoying to you? And he's like, no. He's like, I watch stuff on my phone. And he goes, and I watch people. He's like, watching people is so fascinating. He's like, I wish people would just like sit and really observe and watch people. And we happened to park in front of this wine and spirits store. And he said that it was like blowing his mind to watch people walk in. And like, even some people were kind of hunched over, like walking into the store. And he said, and then you watch the same people walk out and they're standing upright. They got a big smile on their face. He goes, because they got their spirits, man. He goes, they got their fucking spirits. They're gonna get their drink on. They're like so fucking excited, but like he's like, they look so tired from their day, or like they look so whatever. And I was like, that's so fucking fascinating, and so it's just, observing people. 1617 is our angel number. Thank you, Spirit. Observing people is really powerful. So maybe it's time to be the observer and to go slower right now. Maybe it's time to observe yourself and your family, less talking, more just observing. And this Virgo energy, actually Spirit had me put together this little shorts. I'm going to post it. I don't know what will post before what, but I'll put a link to it below as well. Watch that shorts, and you can actually tap on the screen of your phone to pause it so you can actually read it. I know they go by fast and you're like, I can't read it, but now they have where you can tap on the phone. YouTube's evolving. I'm glad I've stuck it out with YouTube because they're evolving. Like, they're turning into like everything in one. Patreon, TikTok, like they're trying to, which is great for me because I'm tired of trying to bounce back between different things. They had me go on TikTok to bring people to me. That's cool. I'm fishing, right? Like I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, I'm on these things, but I don't really go there all the time. It's just like for people to find things, or once in a while Spirit will be like, go there and post this. And I'm like, okay, I'm just the messenger, not just the messenger, but definitely the messenger. That's part of my job. I'm a fucking messenger. So when I look at this and I realize that, everything does kind of hang on the moon. I don't know if you got that from the moon hanging there on the necklace. Maybe it's because you want to wear more moon jewelry. Maybe you want to be more guided by the moon. I was born on a Monday, a moon day. So I love the moon. I've always been obsessed with the moon. And then when I found out I was born on a Monday, it made sense. My husband's obsessed with the sun. He loves the sun. He loves the heat. He was born on a Sunday. Research the day you were born, find out what day it was, and also find out what moon cycle it was, especially if you know exactly what time you were born. There's multiple things on search engines to look that up. I know Cafe Astrology does it, but it's really exciting. Also, moongiant.com is one of my other favorites that I like to look at. So find out like when your moon cycle is, or what moon cycle you were born under. It says a lot about who you are as well. So the overall mantra for this Virgo, new moon in Virgo is, I am always mindful and live only within each moment I have. So I personally am going to try very hard for this moon cycle to go this slow. I don't normally do that. You guys know I love my zippy little fairy, but I also know I am a very powerful empath, and I'm a triple fire. So I just came off the Leo fire energy, the Leo moon, and now it's time to shift. If you feel that as well, then you're really connected to the moon and the sun and the stars and earth. We all are, but some of us are a little more connected than others. We're more sensitive to it, to the changes that are happening, because a lot of people, they can't see the changes, so they don't observe the changes. They're looking outward, they're looking on their phone, they're looking whatever, or they're searching for things out there. Anyway, by the way, my nails are like stained with blackberries, if you're wondering. all the blackberries are out by my house, and I just like go outside after the sun's been on them for a long time, and I pick the blackberries that are in the sun, and they're so warm, and it's like eating a pie. It's so yummy. Anyway, that being said, this is our main mantra, but each one of these will also have a mantra and a reading, okay? So those are our messages from Spirit. If anything else comes through, it may come through on in each reading, but the because of you is definitely for all of us. And I feel like because of you could be ourselves, because of you could be a family member, a friend, it could be work, it could be a vehicle or a home. Are you tethered to something that you're tired of being tethered to? You want to be more grounded, more connected to earth. You don't want to live, downtown and be around metal, but some people like the concrete jungle. I used to love it. And now I long for nature, and I love going to the concrete jungle, but I only like going for short periods of time. And then I like to go back to my little home up in the woods, up on a hill, So, yeah. And also, thank you for the donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. It really does help a lot. And I am working, Anna, I did get your message. We're working on getting an address together. And then when I do, I know that you wanted to send a new deck. We love getting new decks, don't we? And I do have a wish list. If you look in my About section, I do have a wish list. But right now, you can start to think of the deck you want to send me. If there's a lot in there, there's some really cool ones I want to get for the fall. Some really cool witchy ones, some more moon ones that I want to work with over October and witchy season and Samhain and all that good stuff, and Halloween and Dios de los Muertos. Okay, love you guys so much. Also, Spirit wants me to bring up, do not forget that Mercury is going in retrograde during this moon in Virgo. In fact, okay, so we have one more thing. 2144 is also an angel number they want us to work with. So right now, in real time, it's August 28th, and we are in the waxing crescent energy. That's beautiful. But now, let's see. On the 9th, Mercury, we are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, but Mercury goes retrograde on the 9th. Now, get this. Mercury goes retrograde at the same time that there's a full moon. Just saying. Don't sign contracts. Don't move. Don't do anything. I mean, if you can, please do it before or after Mercury retrograde, okay? And if you are, definitely don't do it around the full moon and Mercury retrograde at the same time. I mean, I'm even going to tell my partner, like, we are taking off. We are doing nothing. We're just going to lay around and hang around the house for those few days. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do some connection work with Spirit, but no, I'm not leaving my house. I'm not going out into the world. That's just me personally. You got to do what you got to do, right? But yeah, so just keep that in mind, okay? And then Libra season begins on the 22nd of September, which is really beautiful because that's going to be 9/22/22. That's going to be really beautiful. And the International Day of Peace is right before Libra season. It's when Virgo hands it over to Libra, and it's going to go from Earth to air. And then we'll have the new moon in Libra on the 25th, which is also Rosh Hashanah. Begins at sundown. But then in there we have the fall equinox on the 23rd, so big shifting, change of the guard. A lot's going to be happening. So when all that's going on, lay low. Ooh, 23:23. When I looked down, I swear it was like it was suspended in time and space. It felt like it was like many seconds. So 23:23, which is also 5 and 5, which is 10, which is about completion. And for some of you guys, I've been seeing this, especially for my fellow Sages and Scorpios. There's a lot that's going to be happening for us in October, but September is really a month for us to relax and decompress. And I find, for me personally, it seems like in certain cycles, like I'm more relaxed, you know what I'm saying? And then other cycles, for instance, I feel like I'm like a month on, a month off, a month on, you know what I mean? Like I was like balls to the wall in August, and like now in September, I'm feeling like I want to pull in, I want to be more grounded. And then, October, I was like my favorite month, you know. Well, December and October, it's really a competition because December's got my birthday and Yule. So, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you guys flow like that too, but I do. I usually seem to be like balls to the wall one month, and then I'm like really chill, retrospective, writing more, not talking to people, you know, and then I'm like back out there and I'm feeling good and I'm feeling social, and then I'm like inward again. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I'm like that. 24-32, and it's been going like that for me for 50 years, and I didn't really put it together until recently, and I'm like, yeah, I really do ebb and flow with the energy. So if you're like that as well, just keep that in mind. And if you're not, still keep it in mind for, you know, when you're doing stuff, because remember, just because you're like that, there's other people like me and we're going slower. So, you know, maybe that's just a sign for you to slow down too. Okay, you guys, until next time, these are your readings. All the information is in the description box below to lead you, the little breadcrumbs to lead you to your reading. Until next time, take really good care of yourself and each other. Blessed be. Aho.